From Goldenlife Creative Studios, we create wisdom through vision. Every story begins as a spark. Every spark becomes light. And through light, we create wisdom. Goldenlife Creative Studios.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling something absolutely crucial for your future. We're looking at why muscle is actually your very best asset and how exactly you can plan the ultimate retirement portfolio. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Turning 50 or 60, that is a massive milestone. Suddenly, you're staring down the second half of your life, right? And you're planning for that comfortable retirement. Maybe you're dreaming of a cruise through the fjords, a long trip to Tuscany, or maybe just selling the family home and making a complete sea change. But to actually do that and to live life exactly the way you want to, you really need a structured plan.
Naturally, the very first question that pops up is almost always, well, how much money do we actually need? It's a hugely personal question. You start accumulating those financial assets, right? Padding the superannuation, looking at investment properties, or just keeping cash in the bank to build up a really solid safety net.
There's this whole transition checklist for this era of life. Financially, we're looking at benchmarks like the ASFA retirement standard, aiming for around $50,000 to $70,000 a year just to maintain a comfortable standard of living. You're optimizing your superannuation, finding those low fees, and equalizing accounts with your partner. But there is a psychological item on this checklist too, and honestly, it requires just as much attention.
I'm talking about the empty nest. When the kids leave for university, or a new job, or they get married, man, it creates this sudden, really profound silence in the house. Psychologists actually note that this loss of daily purpose springs on very real anxiety, persistent sadness, and just feelings of redundancy. It's a massive change, and you kind of have to actively reconstruct your daily routine. And right as you're handling all of this incredibly heavy emotional lifting, you start noticing physical changes. You feel a bit sluggish. The weight starts creeping on, even if, you haven't touched an extra slice of cake. Society loves to tell us, hey, it's just your metabolism slowing down as you age. We hear it so often it's treated like a universally accepted fact. But what if blaming your metabolism for your retirement health woes is completely 100% wrong?
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this incredible plot twist from a massive recent Harvard study published in the journal Science. They used the absolute gold standard of energy measurement on over 6,400 people across 29 different countries. And the findings? They literally shattered everything we thought we knew. They discovered that human metabolism hits a plateau at age 20, and then it stays completely stable all the way to age 60. It doesn't drop. No way, not even during pregnancy.
So this is the whole metabolism myth. Your energy expenditure actually only begins to physically decline around age 60. And even then, it drops by a measly 0.7% a year due to organ-level changes. So the math simply doesn't support the slow metabolism excuse for middle-aged weight gain or that sudden lack of capability. Which begs the question, if your metabolism isn't stealing your vitality just as you prepare to enjoy retirement, what is the real physical threat? Well, the real enemy of aging, the silent thief that's actually ruining retirement plans, is sarcopenia. This is the age-associated degeneration of your muscle mass. If you're feeling weaker or less energetic, it's not your metabolism slowing down, it's you literally losing muscle tissue. And it creates this devastating vicious cycle. You lose muscle, so you feel weaker, which means you move less. And because you move less, you lose even more muscle. It quietly steals your strength and your independence, making it so much harder to travel, play with your grandkids, or even just walk comfortably.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core concept. Think of it like this. On one side, you've got your financial assets, your superannuation, real estate, your carefully planned savings. We spend decades agonizing over these, right? Paying advisors to make sure they grow. But on the exact opposite side, you have your biological assets, your muscle mass, your physical mobility, and joint strength. And here's the kicker. Without your biological assets, your financial assets are pretty much useless. You literally cannot buy back your mobility once it's severely degraded. Building physical muscle is an absolute, non-negotiable necessity for a successful retirement.
Because muscle is your ultimate biological asset, and it pays massive health dividends year after year. The medical literature is crystal clear on this. Carrying more muscle on your body independently reduces your risk of cancer. It acts like a giant sponge to safely absorb blood sugar, drastically lowering your risk of diabetes. It decreases the risk of heart disease. And, absolutely vitally as we age, having strong muscles prevents dangerous falls, which, by the way, are the #1 threat to a sudden loss of independence in our senior years.
So, the crucial point is, how exactly do we invest in this physical portfolio and fight back against sarcopenia? Honestly, it's straightforward, but it does require the exact same discipline you use to save money. Step 1. Complete 2 to 3 resistance training sessions a week. Moving against gravity forces your body to build back that muscle. Step 2. Stay active with daily, brisk walking. It offers incredible longevity benefits. And Step 3. Prioritize a nutrient-dense diet heavy on protein and specifically an amino acid called leucine. You'll find it in meat, eggs, and whey, and it is the key trigger for muscle growth. As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to look at your transition plans for the coming years and ask yourself one vital question. Is your physical portfolio as robust as your financial one? Look, a perfectly balanced superfund means absolutely nothing if you aren't putting in those resistance sessions to protect your biological assets. But here is the incredibly empowering news. You have 100% control over this, starting right now, today. You do not have to fade into the background as a victim of sarcopenia. So, what are you going to do today to invest in your benefit?
True success is not about where you stand today. It is about the direction in which you are moving.
Gold standard isn't just a number, sleeping in the ledger while you slumber. You plan the house and the sheet inside of you. Sarcopenia is the ghost in the machine, stealing the strength of your golden life dream. It's not about the slow metallodivum, it's about the void within the prism. Your biological assets, your muscle mass, the non-negotiable key to the class. You can't buy back what the years have drained. Protect the freedom that your body gained. Protect the freedom that your body gained. 2 to 3 sessions, break the floor. Move against gravity, then move some more. Prioritize the protein, trigger the growth. The dash and then the Mediterranean oath. Leucine and creatine, the builder's crew. Fortify the fortress that belongs to you. It's not about the slow metallodivum, it's about the void within the prism. Your biological assets, your muscle mass, the non-negotiable key to the class. You can't buy back what the years have drained. Protect the freedom that your body gained. Protect the freedom that your body gained. The kids are gone and the house is still. But you've got time and you've got the will. Build your purpose and build your frame. Write your strength in a different name. Invest in your best asset today. Live your golden life. Golden life.